One of the things we need to do in order to imagine a different future is sometimes we have to let go of the past. Does that make sense? Yes. So I want to start with a little meditation here. And what I want you to do, if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes for a moment, because what we're going to do is we're just going to let go. Let go of that which doesn't serve. Let go of that which you're done with. Let go of anything that might keep you from a greater reality for tomorrow.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
I let go of everything prior to this moment that has been difficult or challenging. I let go of everything that has brought me pain or hardship. I let go of everything that was great and wonderful and fabulous to allow myself to be fully present in the now moment, that I might begin again, that I might start 2016 with a sense of wonder, exploring the possibility of a new day, a new beginning, of creating a dream truly inspired from within. I allow myself to relax, to breathe, and to let the vision come. I now let go. I let the dream begin.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
Let it all go.
I now let go. There's
Nothing to fear, nothing at all.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
Not a thing.
I now let go.
False evidence appearing real.
There's nothing to fear.
I now let go.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
And so it is. And as we let go of the past and as we begin anew, we can allow our imagination to work on something new. Because sometimes we let our imagination work on other things. Our imagination will work on worry. It'll work on what might happen if. It'll work on, oh no, something happened, and what if it happens again? Or we'll have a great big dream and we'll go, yeah, but I tried it once 20 years ago. I can't possibly try it again because it didn't work then. That means it won't work now. Pardon me. So I want to change that idea or help you to think about it in a new way. In this moment, within each one of us, there is this divinity. We are spiritual beings having this human experience. And when we remember that we're spiritual beings first and foremost, and if we begin to create from spirit, what happens is we start to listen to that which is within and begin to ignore a little bit of what's out here. Because what's out here has already been created. What I can see, what I can touch, has been created. Now, what I want to do in 2016 is create something new. Love and harmony, joy and peace, possibility. A peaceful world, a loving city, people who honor and love and cherish each other. Wouldn't that be cool? Mm-hmm. And it begins with each one of us. And how it begins is by us looking at the faculty of imagination, one of our strongest spiritual faculties. Imagination is something that if we allow it, great things come out of it. Now, my dad taught me, don't think too big, because you'll just be disappointed. And I had a piano teacher when I was 15. And I'd been taking lessons for a while. Good, my daughter's not in the room. And I would never practice, because, kids do that, right? And I would go to my lesson, and Dad would sit outside listening, waiting for me to get reprimanded by the teacher, because he knew I didn't practice. And I would go in, and I would have the song mastered. And she would move me along. And my dad would get so upset. And after about 7 or 8 months, I'd gone through 5 grades of Royal Conservatory. And my teacher looked at me one day and she said, "What is your dream for the future?" Well, my dad taught me, don't dream too big, because if you do, you'll just be disappointed. And I went, I don't know, maybe I'll be a piano teacher. And she stopped me right then and there, and she said, absolutely not. A concert pianist. And I haven't played since. I haven't played since. Now, I will go on and tinkle every now and again, but there's a fear that's big in me that won't allow me to do it. And what's interesting is I've thought about that often. Why, when she believed so strongly in me, did I not do something with that? Why didn't I continue? But I know that belief in what my father said was far more important to me than what this woman said that I'd only known a short time. Because if you think about it, when we're little tiny people, our parents are God, aren't they? They're everywhere present, they're all knowing, and they're all powerful. Sounds like God to me. And we grow up with that idea, and if our parents have told us a story, it doesn't really matter if it's a true story or a false story. Doesn't matter if it's based on possibility or limitation, we sometimes believe it. In fact, often we believe it. And I believed it. And because I believed it, I had to quit. This is all very subconscious. I really wasn't conscious enough to think about it. But I quit because in my mind it was like, I'll just disappoint her. No, I quit because I knew it would make my dad wrong. And I couldn't do that. So I want you to explore over the next little while any limitation you might have bought into that is holding you back. Any idea that says I can't be great because. And I want you to think about that. I want to think about who you really are and what's possible for you in your life. What is it that you really love to do? What is the thing that just makes your heart skip a beat? When I hear Richard play the piano, my heart skips a beat. When I hear a great pianist, it takes my breath away. What is it in your life that you've maybe put on a shelf somewhere? What is the dream that you've had that you've sat back and said no to it for some reason or another? I'm too busy. My work is keeping me busy. I couldn't afford to do that. Yeah, this isn't possible for me. I want you to think about it. I think sometimes we take our dreams and we put them in a box and we put them on the top shelf of the closet and we push them way to the back and we let them gather dust. But that dream came to you. And it didn't come to you from out here. That dream, that gift, that ability was something within you that came from here and bubbled up inside of you and began to move. And somewhere along the way, maybe you got scared and went, oh. So ask yourself, what is it you're scared of? In that moment about the piano lessons, I was scared of actually being successful. I was scared of being great. That scared me. Not failure. Failure, I was really good at that. I did it all the time. I was a natural. I've gotten over it a little bit, but I was a natural at failing at things. Made my parents crazy. But I look at my life today and I go, what would it be like if I did something different? And so I'm choosing to do things differently now. And I'm beginning to listen to that still small voice within me that directs. I'm choosing to listen to the possibility of something more than what I've known to date. And this is where my imagination comes in and where yours can come in. I want you to think about your life for a moment, and if you could do absolutely anything, and you were guaranteed to succeed at it, would you give it a try? Would you go for it? And if you said yes to that, then what I want to remind you of is that you are created in the image and of the likeness of the Creator, and therefore you are and always have been perfect, whole, and complete. And since God is your source and supply, and since you're all-powerful and all-knowing and everywhere present, you have the ability to create anything your little heart desires. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to step into your life and make it loud, make it big, make it uniquely yours? Are you willing to take the gift that you were given the day of your birth and live it fully and completely, whatever it might be? Are you ready? Einstein said if at first the idea is not absurd, there's no hope for it. Find an absurd idea. Find an idea that doesn't really make sense to you. Find that idea that comes up and you go, I don't know how to do that. Excellent. Write it in big letters, stick it up on your wall, stick it on your bathroom mirror and look at it and go, well, I don't know how, so I guess I better let the divine within me move me toward it, because if I don't know how to do it, I also don't know how to mess it up. Right? And if we allow that creative little something that's within us to move us in that direction, then what happens is we begin to just move. And every day we just get up and go, so what do I need to do today? And we just keep moving. And as long as we're moving, we're getting closer. And so the key is movement. We've got to move. We got to take that dream. Now, we don't know where we're going, so we have to get up every day and be present in the now moment so that we can relax into it and go, today is a great day. I choose to create with joy and wisdom and beauty and grace, and then jump into the day. Jump into the day and have it. And as you have it, watch where it takes you. Now, what often happens, I know it happens to me, I'm sure it happens to some of you, is you'll wake up in the morning and you're ready to take on the world, and something inside of you says, call Mary. And you're going, I haven't talked to Mary in 15 years. I'm sure not talking to her today. And you decide not to make the call. And so you wait a day or two, but you know, the inspiration just keeps saying, call Mary. And you're going, I ain't doing that. Maybe it says to call an old beau, or call an old friend, or call a family member you've had a beef with, or Sometimes it asks us to do something we really don't want to do. What do you think we should do in those moments? Call Mary. You know, it really is that simple, and yet we make it really difficult, don't we? We sit there in our logical mind, in the ego mind, and we decide, well, you know, I can't do that because we had this fight, and we go through a whole long backstory. What did we do at the beginning of this talk? We let go of the backstory. And if we've really let go of the backstory, we've forgotten why we're not talking to Mary, and so we just pick up the phone. And we pick up the phone and we discover that Mary has a piece of information that's crucial to what it is that we're doing. And a funny thing happens. We've taken a step closer to the realization of the dream that has been building inside of us. And so there's many of these little things that come all the time. There's many of these little prompts. We've all had desire, right? Desire to do something, to create something. And we look at it and go, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know where or when or with whom. You know, they say that Henry Ford started his motor car company with an idea, but he didn't know how to build a car. So he attracted to him all of the people necessary to build the car that would carry his name. Think about that for a minute. Each one of us is called, don't mind me, I'm having a thirsty day. Water's healthy. Think about the things that you've dreamt about that 4 or 5 years later have come about, but not through you. You had an idea for something, and all of a sudden you see it as a book, as some kitchen item, as a sewing item, as a whatever. And you think, I had that idea. I had that idea. And this person's making a bucket of cash off my idea. We want to remember that we're part of a universe, one universe. There is one infinite creative intelligence. We live, move, and have our being within it. Everything is known at every point in time if we tap into that understanding. There's only one. We are all connected. If I know something, you have the ability to know it as well. Because there's one. We're connected at the subconscious level. So because there is only one, a great idea comes. It can come to a few people even at the same time. Now, it might show up a little differently, slightly differently, but all of a sudden you're seeing your dream that you didn't move forward on created by someone else. Begin to look at your life and explore the possibility. You know, this place is called Verity Center for Better Living. How many of you are living exactly as you were the first day you came in here? And how many of you are actually living a better experience since you came in? Awesome. Shem's been here since he was in diapers. Better. It's got to be better than that, right? No. He wasn't quite that young, but, you know, if his mom was up here, she'd tease him about something, so I'm the next best thing. Life is what we make it, and each one of us has a little something that's special to us. That is our unique gift or talent, and it's ours to bring to the world. And it's up to us to bring it. And sometimes we hesitate or stop, or sometimes, you know, we walk up to the first door, and when we get to that first door, it's closed on us. And then we go, oh, well, I tried, it didn't go anywhere. No, you got to try again. You got to try again. There's a great book out called What Dreams May Come, and the woman who wrote it, it's a series of stories of people who've gone for their dreams. And the one that really stood out in my mind was a woman who wanted to create a hotel for writers. And upstairs in this hotel would be a room where all of the writers could gather. They could all sit around and talk about stories that they'd written or things they were working on. They could talk all night long if they wanted and drink some tea and just be together. And she had this vision for this hotel, and she went to banker after banker after banker after banker. Nobody would fund her. And you know what she did? She kept going. She kept finding more and more banks she hadn't yet talked to. And I think she ended up going to 30-some banks before somebody said, I like that idea, and funded her, and she created it. And it became very successful. It's on the West Coast. She didn't give up. Sometimes we have to take a few steps before we get it right. But if you have a burning desire within you, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep pushing the idea forward. If a door gets closed and you know the idea is really important to you, then you have to look for the open window or the other open door. Use your imagination. Every day go into meditation. How many of you meditate every day? How many of you meditate occasionally? Okay, start meditating every day. Meditation, very powerful tool. Teaches you one thing, how to control the very thing that's running your life. You think it's your spouse, your kids, your employer? It isn't, it's your mind. And if your mind is running your life, maybe you should be the one running it. What do you think? Good idea? Meditate every day. Take a few minutes, go into the quiet. Allow yourself to sit in that quiet place and allow yourself to come to know who you are and train your mind. That's what meditation is all about. Is it going to be scattered and running here and there and doing all kinds of crazy things? Working out your shopping list and what you're going to cook for dinner and what meeting you're supposed to be going to and what time is it now? Oh, I've been in meditation a minute and a half. Fantastic. And I was going to do 20. Oh, man, this is hard. Anybody got that experience? Well, welcome to meditation. That's the way it is. And each time you notice that you're thinking and you're off doing things, you just bring yourself back to whatever your focus is. If it's your breath, bring it back to a visualization that you've been working on. Whatever it is, just bring it back and go, whoa, wait a minute, I'm off thinking again. Come on back. Do it lovingly and compassionately and kindly and respectfully because you deserve that. And bring it back. And just do that and keep doing that until you get to the end of your 20 minutes or half an hour and then go on with your day. When you go into your meditation, sit back and say, hey, what is it I want to create here? What is it that I want to do? Who am I anyway? What is it that I have to bring to this human race? You know, we all have something, right? Every one of us. So I want you to just go along with me for a minute and just close your eyes for a second, if you feel comfortable. Leave them open if you don't. I'll have a little bit of music there, Richard. And I want you to just close your eyes and relax and just take a deep breath in. And just let go of all your preconceived notions, all your desire for lunch. Just let all that go for a minute. And just ask yourself, what is my greatest desire? And allow a one-word answer to pop up into your conscious awareness. And now that you have that one word, I want you to ask yourself, what do I need to be to create that? And allow a one-word response to come. And what I know here and now is that the answer is present. And if I didn't get it in this moment, I'll try again. For I know that the answer to who I am and what I need to be to create my biggest dreams, it's all present within me. And I trust that process and I trust those ideas. And so I relax completely. And I release all of this, knowing that the answer is clearly present. I let it be so, and so it is. Was anybody able to get a one-word answer? What you can do with that one word for the second question, what do I need to be? Take that one word and make that like a mantra. You go into your morning, you decide to set an intention. Let's say your word was open. Then allow yourself to go into your mantra in the morning, going, set an intention to be open and receptive to all good everywhere, and then have your day. And then at the end of the day, as you do your gratitude, just sit back and say, wow, I'm so grateful for my openness and all that came from it. And maybe list whatever that was. Give yourself the opportunity to recognize your spiritual nature and to live from it. Allow yourself to get present in who you really are so that you might live the life that God gave you to live. We're not here by accident or mistake. We're here on purpose. And our purpose is to live, L-I-V-E, live fully, completely, passionately, joyfully, live with fun and excitement and delight and sorrow and grief and pain, all of it bundled up together, all of it makes our experience, and we need to have it all. We need to be present in the moment, and sometimes that means I'm going to cry, and sometimes that means I'm going to laugh, especially if Shem tells me to. I'm going to be present. And when we're present with our life, when we're present with our experience, something remarkable happens. Life begins to unfold in ways that surprises us. We begin to think that miracles are happening all around us instead of realizing that they're actually natural occurrences when we tap in to that divine presence, that Christ consciousness, that higher self that every one of us has. So the thing today is to remember your spiritual beings. This body appears to limit us. It's just a story. We need to tell ourselves a new one. I'm infinite, I'm creative, I'm love, I'm joy. And begin to live from that idea. And look what happens. A friend of mine phoned me yesterday. She'd had an idea a while ago that it would be great if her daughter's school gathered up socks to give to the homeless. And what they wanted to do was a sock drive. And they would ask parents to donate however many pair of new socks that they could. And then they would take them to the shelters and stuff so that they could give them out. Because one of the things that happens with people who are homeless is they don't have enough socks and they end up having real bad problems with their feet. So socks was what she wanted to give. So she started it with her daughter's old school and it didn't work. Nothing really happened. Somebody else was going to take it over. Nothing came of it. That was 2 years ago. And then she decided, well, hey, wait a minute. My daughter's at a new school. She went into meditation. The idea came back. So here she is. She's got 20 pair of socks in her car. So anytime she hands out change on the street, she's also handing out socks. But she's also putting a proposal together for her daughter's school, which is quite a large school, probably 1,000 kids or more. And I'm hoping she's the one who's going to drive it this time rather than handing it off to somebody else. but to go to the school and get everybody to donate. Imagine if everybody donated 20 pair of socks at that one school, and if that went well, if all the schools started doing it, and all of that then went to the various shelters around town, we would be able to make a difference in people's lives that's really tangible. I don't know about you, but I hate having wet, cold feet. It's really awful. And I thought, wow, what a great vision to have. And what I was really excited about is she didn't go, well, I tried it once and it didn't work, so I'm not going to do it again. Because that's kind of where we want to go when something didn't work. But instead she went, well, it's a new school, it's a new day, let me try again. Because the idea came back in meditation. So she went, hey, I'm going to give it another shot. There's so much that we can do in our world. And it's really about being present with each moment. It doesn't necessarily mean that living our little something something means we're going to work at it. It might be something we do in our free time, our just relaxing time. It might be something we work at as a career, but maybe not. I want you to look at your life from a different vantage point, looking forward, but looking within first. If I am a spiritual being, if I believe that, if I am created in the image and of the likeness of the One, what is it that is mine to do? And it doesn't really matter how old you are or how young you are. Every one of us has a gift to give. So my daughter, most of you have met her, is a little loud and outgoing. And her favorite thing to do is drive around town with the windows rolled down and holler out to every single person that walks down the street and compliment them on something. Hey, have a great bike ride. Oh, I love your coat. Cute dog. Oh, what a neat hat. That's amazing. Every person. It's a little thing. But if you're walking down the street feeling a bit depressed and all of a sudden a little girl is smiling at you saying, wow, you look terrific today, you might feel a little bit better. I don't know what her life mission is. It ain't math, I know that. But she doesn't need to do that, right? She sings, she dances, but she's a positive influence on many people, and for that I'm grateful. Each one of us has something that we do. Shem is a great positive influence at his work. I'm always amazed because I listen to your radio station all the time. And I'm amazed by how the different people do different things, but Shem is consistent. Everything he talks about is positive and upbeat. Thank you.
Good upbringing.
Good upbringing. Yay, Mom. Yeah. And that makes a difference, right? Because wherever we are, we need to be who we are. We need to take down the masks and imagine ourselves as perfect, whole, and complete. And when we do that, we can then show up that way. So take time daily to imagine your life in a new way. Take time daily to imagine what might be possible for you. Take time daily to imagine, just to imagine. Imagine a world that's loving, compassionate, and kind. We did the World Peace Meditation December 31st. I'm thirsty again. And we had way more people than last year, which was fabulous. And it was all about imagining a peaceful world. And a peaceful world happens when each one of us chooses it. So that second word you came up with, what do I need to be in order to create my vision, my life? What do we need to be to create peace on earth? We need to be peaceful, regardless of what's going on around us. regardless of what's going on around us. When this is starting to interrupt our peace, take a breath and go within and allow yourself to relax into that divinity and know that this too will pass. And that's not to say don't feel your grief or don't feel your joy or don't feel whatever, but you can feel all those things and still maintain a peaceful center. Allow yourself to live the life that God gave you to live. You are a gift in the universe. You are a gift in the universe. In case you didn't know that, you are special. You are unique. You are precious. And because of that, you need to live that way. Show the world who you are. Show them your gifts, your talents. Show them how outrageous or how beautiful or how calm or how sweet or whatever it is you are. I'm kind of loud, so I show my loudness. It's what I'm good at. If you're loud, be loud. If somebody says to you, don't do that, you'll interrupt everybody. Say, thank you for sharing. Don't let it interrupt your peace. Just say thank you for sharing and go off and do it somewhere else. Be respectful of the people around you. Be respectful. When you go someplace and you see someone who needs a little loving, give it. Give it. Love is an infinite thing. It never ceases. You never run out. There's always more. So give it. Be generous. Be generous with you. There's enough of you to go around. Trust me. So on that note, I want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening to my dream weaving. And live your greatest life ever, because you are fabulous. Bless you.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Well, please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean. Just call now. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now if there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, well, I'm right up the road and I'll share your load. If you just call me brother now. You just call on me brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on me. When you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to